That's based on the internet where we like to dissect words and what they mean.
Let's talk about it.
I'm your host, Sanpriest.
Come kick it with me.
No, that's not cool. Okay. Relax.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Words Mean Things. Listen, this is definitely a platform where we want to dissect words and what they mean. And you know, you can only find this segment on the CWF network, where we bring you big content in small pieces. I am your beautiful unicorn horse, Sanpriest, up in the building. Can I get a what? What? No? Okay, that's cool. I'm in here by myself. Cool. Got it. Not forever, though. There's going to be people who want to talk to me. But nah, I hope y'all feeling good. I am, of course, in a beautiful mindset. But before I dive into that, you know my thing. If you're not having a good day, stand up, shake your shit out, shake it, do the Macarena, do whatever the fuck you gotta do to get out of your feelings, because I want you to listen to this with good energy. And if you cannot, I hope that I am able to change your day just by making you smile, because that's one of my gifts. That's one of my gifts to the world. I can just make people feel good. Like, yeah. But anywho, I will tell you, I had the best weekend ever. We did a wedding. That was my first, it was just so good. So emotional moment. I still find myself dealing with my mom and her death. I lost my mom. It's going on 3 years now. And so usually I notice, and I've been noticing the past 2 years, now this is the third, I've noticed that every time it's about to be something really, really hard and it has something to do with her, she sends me little reminders that everything is okay. It's just little random bursts of joy or random things to make me smile. And this year I was just everything made me cry. Everything. And it's crazy because one of the songs that was requested was a song for Mama by 𝐤𝐻𝐿. And G was like, well, G is our manager. She's like, Sanpriest, you gonna sing this? I was like, okay. So me trying to learn the song, I broke down at least four times, just thinking about my mom. And regardless of, here we are, it's Friday. I built myself up to go to this Earth, Wind & Fire concert because everybody I wanted to go with could not make it, which I get, life happens. So I end up going by myself. And I was sad about it, but I ended up bumping into these really nice people. They gave me a ticket. Their people didn't show up so they asked me to come sit with them. So I sat with them, had the best time of my life. And if you know me, you know I love anything that it's 70s. So that's just where I thrive the best and the most. I'm a funky man, and that's what the fuck I want to give you is this motherfucking funk. This weird, quirky gay man is a funk master. Like, I will funkify anything you give me. Anywho, giving it back to where it was going, I literally my mouth was open the whole time. So because it was such a good show, I danced as soon as I got there until the time it was until they turned the lights off, because that was my first concert in 12 years, and this time I got to choose the concert that I wanted to go to. So that meant a lot for me, and I had a good time. So here we go. Here it is, Saturday. I didn't have any signal the entire day, but I did not miss my phone. I did not miss a beat. I was in such a good place with my band, and the band that I sing with, that I literally got lost in them. And I've never released and just let myself sing the way that I was, I know I can. You know, when you singing around the house, you do shit that you don't normally do. But when you are on stage, it's a little harder, because for me, anxiety is just something that I deal with and I'm struggling with, and I work through it daily just by meeting people, forcing myself to just talk and be more of a extrovert than people will probably realize that I actually am. I will say I get my charm and my personality from my parents, but it's a lot of times I just want to curl up in a ball my damn self and just shoo away from the world. So, like I was saying, the performance was so good. I've never felt so good. And in the middle of the performance, the manager of the band, she walks over to me while I'm singing a fucking song. Mind you, they had me sing Frank Sinatra, shit from Frank Sinatra to fucking I don't remember the band, but it's I would like to reach out my hand. Whatever that song is. Send me on my way. Yes. All the way down to that, like I didn't do no R. Kelly. I did not participate. We don't do R. Kelly. But anyways, the show was great. And in the middle of the performance, she walks over to me and she's like, "You a bad motherfucker." And I don't think she realized how much that meant to me, because it was somebody I admire who paid attention to me working daily just to get better at my shit. So anyways, I say all that to say that my mom gives me little blessings, and this ended up being like a really, really therapeutic weekend for me, to the point where like I rested on Sunday, and then on her actual birthday she sent me even more little gifts. Like, the people from the band, they knew that was my mom's birthday, so they took me out. They got me out the house. They said, "We don't want to see you in your apartment sad or anything like that." And they got me out the house. We had a good time. I got to release balloons with my family, so I got to have family time, because that's one thing about me and the Pattons. We're very close. You cannot break what bond we have. That's the only way. Even death cannot keep the bond that we have away, because we genuinely love each other. You cannot ask me to pick my family over you. I'm gonna pick my family because that's who I know. So I would never date anyone or try to be with someone who pulls me away from the people who I know love me the most. So, like, sorry to go on my tangent, but I felt like that was needed. But I do have a question. Like, have you ever experienced a type of hurt, or experienced or watched someone get hurt, and then that person who hurts them just comes back and says, "I'm sorry"? Which, cool, I get it. You're man enough to apologize to me, but what else? Does it end there? And then you pay attention to them, but then maybe 2 days later, they're just upset with you because you're not just accepting their apology. They expect for you to jump back and just everything be okay just because they apologized. But they fail to realize that hurt doesn't have an expiration. You cannot put a time limit on how long I hurt, how long I grieve, you cannot do that to a person. If you hurt somebody, you have to put yourself in a position, and this is just my thought. Well, before I even get into my opinion, I wanted to look up the word hurt, and for me, it's simple. The cause of physical pain or injury to. If you cause me a physical pain, or if you injure me, that, I would say that a doctor can put especially if it's physical, a doctor can put a time limit on that. You have 3 months until you'll be able to fully functionally walk. But when you fuck with somebody's mental, when you fuck with somebody's just heart, that is a different type of shift. You cannot, all bets are off at this point, because we do not know how long it will take to heal. Which, again, we should not focus on the time frame. What we should be focusing on is, if I fucked up and I really want to keep this person in my life, hey, what do I need to do? How can I make your healing process easier for you? That's what it is. It's not the fact that just because you apologize that it's okay. It's what are you going to do to make sure that I do not have to experience that type of hurt again? Because at this point I'm traumatized, and you can't throw fucking trauma at me and then believe that I can just bounce back, because now I can't. I don't know how to feel. And I'm not speaking for everyone else, but I'm definitely speaking for myself. So if you feeling this and you got a little amen hallelujah in your corner, throw it up. West Side hallelujah. But anywho, you cannot hurt me and just tell me and you can't tell me when I'm supposed to be okay. Like that's the part that makes it even more worse, because it's just like, I can easily forgive you, which I've done before. I've been in situations where I've forgiven people, and boom, it happens again. People say that, hell, on my last episode, I said, once a cheater, always a cheater. For this situation, like, if you cheat on me, that's a different type. I can't trust you. I don't know how to function properly to understand that this will not happen again until you make this an environment where I can trust you, where I can feel safe in again. And putting yourself, like, I get it, we get hurt, but we also have to be open to the fact that we also chose to stay. If this person is also willing to admit that they did something that hurt us, and they chose to still stay with us, then we also have to be responsible for our decisions as well, because we chose, or those people chose, because I can't sit here and have this conversation as if I have not hurt someone. I've hurt people. So when I've hurt somebody, I do everything to make sure that person understands I will never do that again, because I don't want to hurt people. That sucks. But in return, you have to also meet me where I am, to let me feel like my time is not being wasted. Like, if you have no intentions on ever forgiving me, then let's just let each other go. And vice versa. If I have no intentions on actually getting better from this, I should be responsible and let you go. And let's be honest, healing within itself, mentally, emotionally, is a process. It's an entire process. And the crazy thing about it is, no one's process is like the other person's process, because what helps this person may not help the other person. So I'm not here to preach to you and say, take this in order to heal. No, I'm here to tell you to take your time. Be kind to yourself, but also do not let life pass you by. That's the best advice I can give you, is take time to heal, but do not miss these opportunities, because we will allow hurt. We will allow certain things to damage us to the point where we tend to run to a corner, get in a ball, and just feel like there's no hope. And we end up missing a lot of opportunities. Or sometimes we here's the kicker. Sometimes we grab onto those opportunities without the thought process to either be honest and upfront about your healing process, or just knowing like, hey, I'm mentally ready for this. Like, that's why I said heal, but take your time, but do not miss an opportunity. So how, I know that's just like, oh, that's a contradiction. Like, how am I supposed to heal and take my time but not miss opportunities? What I'm saying is, like, everybody has time to heal, and everyone needs to heal. But once you get into a position where you're comfortable enough to socialize, get out there, make yourself available enough to at least go on a date. At least get to know somebody, because we never know who could change our world. I've had my world changed a few times. Am I still with these people? No. But what happened? Those people taught me some beautiful lessons. And I, like, not even lessons in a bad way, like I had to go endure something. No, I literally had my eyes open to things about myself, and it genuinely helped my healing process. It helped me realize, like, this is something that I could do better so that I can be better. And this is something that I never want to do to someone. This is stuff that I'm able to now talk about and verbalize to a point now that it doesn't hurt me or make me get emotional. So that's what I mean. Like, don't shut yourself off from the world, but still be honest with yourself and take time to heal. That's my thing. But also, the most important thing is to feel comfortable to tell somebody, like, hey, I'm healing. I'm taking my time. Be selfish, because whatever was done that was done to hurt you, especially if it's a valid hurt, you have all the time in the world to heal. And it's not but in your process of healing or being honest about healing, you cannot expect for people to stay. If somebody really cares about you, they'll stay. And if someone is not meant to be with you, they'll leave. Doesn't mean that they don't care about you. They care enough about you to walk away, because they understand that they're not in a position to change. But I say, be selfish, for yourself simply because you were hurt. And in order to be effective in whatever future, if there's a future with somebody, you have to put yourself in that boat to be able to heal and be honest and say, hey, I'm healing. I need this time for myself. Stand up for yourself. But also, I want the world to understand that you cannot put a time limit on hurt or healing simply because what happens when you bump into grief? What if a person loses somebody? You cannot rush that. We have to take time for that because that's a different type of hurt. A lot of people don't understand how it feels to lose a mother or a father. So I don't expect for you to. What I expect for you to do is just move out of my way. Let me handle this the way I need to handle this. Because I've had people come up to me and just like, oh, well, that was 3 years ago. Like, you'll be okay. Don't tell me when I'm gonna be okay. I'll be okay when I am good and damn ready. You know, like, but I don't retaliate in situations like that because you have not yourself lost someone that's important. So this goes out to whoever who lost someone that's very important to you. Take your time to heal because you deserve that moment. You have to heal because until you heal and figure out what works best for you, it's gonna be chaotic for everything else you basically try to pursue because you're blocking something that probably you need to release. And that's just, I'm no therapist, that's just me talking, telling you how I feel about certain things. So with that being said, my question that I want to leave you guys with is, I want to know what helps you heal, and well, basically what helps you heal the fastest, and how has that helped you get through something seriously hard to deal with in your life? Take time, follow us on Instagram at CWFP_ and leave some comments, or you can call in and leave a voicemail at 347-719-3350. And remember, just because the conversation stops does not mean that the conversation has to literally stop. Take this conversation over to Instagram. Shout me out, tag me in this stuff. If you know me, I am the type of person that I will communicate. I will respond. Take that time. Let's get connected. Let me get to know you a little bit better because I feel like you guys know so much about me. And last thing, there are thousands of words that are spoken, so it's important to remind people that words mean things. And I'll see you guys later.
This is the CWF network where we bring you big content in small pieces. Follow us on Instagram at CWFP_. Okay, bye.